Hello, everybody. This is Melissa Webb with WriteOnWeb.com, and I am here today just to give you a quick little idea on how to implement a simple fall writing activity for any of those homeschooling awesome moms and dads that might be out there. Now, this is absolutely intended for a younger audience, elementary level. Obviously, you can tone things down, bring things up, but I'm really figuring this is probably best for those first, second, third graders. So some things you're going to need. I highly recommend you find some books about fall. It's a perfect time to go to your local library, some kind of a resource center that you have near you, and pull out some fun books. And of course, they can be fictional and non-fictional, but it's great to get some materials in the hands of your children. Also, are there any fall magazines that you have, either from past years or currently? Those are fun to look at as well. And then what about some special photographs? Do you have any maybe memory books that you've created in the past, or just loose photos, or even take a little trip on Facebook or Instagram and look at some beautiful photography from fall. It's also wonderful if you can find the time to go take a walk outdoors. And being homeschooled, that's exactly the beauty of getting to be at home to do some of these fun things. The biggest thing I can tell you is that to make writing a great experience and not something where your kids are wanting to scream and you're wanting to pull your hair out, is to first get them engaged in the topic. If they are just given a blank page and told, hey, we're going to write about fall, list all the things you know, well, for many of us, that would just be kind of mind-boggling. Like, well, I don't know, my mind wasn't there. I wasn't thinking of that. Now I'm supposed to just be able to go there. Instead, it's much better to do something like this, where you have all kinds of things right at your fingertips, and you're not even writing. You're just getting all of these materials so that you can then read together and share together. And again, what a wonderful way to tie in your reading time with your writing time. This is a great time to talk about fall. And certainly you can take that even from a science aspect, where you're talking about the seasons in the year, but also talk about fall and how it affects your family. What kinds of things do you do? What things have you done in the past? And again, using all of the tools that you've now put in front of you, it becomes a very easy, fun conversation. And do not hesitate to really get into this by tasting some great fall foods. This is a perfect excuse to go make a pumpkin pie, or buy a pumpkin pie, or get some pumpkin muffins, or get a few different varieties of fresh, crisp apples and slice them and taste the difference. You know, can you tell the difference between a red apple and a green apple? There's so many things you can use to tie everything into this writing experience. But I will tell you, this last one is probably the most important, and that is, it's important that you, moms and dads, that you're enthused about the topic. Children get excited when their teacher is excited. It's not a mystery. It's a true, honest fact. So if you're excited about fall and you're talking about the things that you love most and reminiscing or planning, well, we're going to go do this, so let's get that on the calendar. All of a sudden, there's an enthusiasm, and your kids are not going to fight you. Okay, so now you've done the background work. We've talked about it, and maybe we've even tasted it, and so there it is in our brain. It's fresh. So it's time to talk about writing the paragraph. And I love to just remind children that when we're writing a paragraph, any kind of paragraph, there's just 3 parts that we need to remember that we have. We have to first know what our topic is, and that's always our first sentence. And we already know our topic. In this case, it's fall. And it's only going to take 1 sentence about fall. And then I call the middle the fill. And we're going to fill up our paragraph with all the things that we want to talk about fall. Now, obviously, some paragraphs could be very lengthy. So if you have older children, certainly could expect more out of them. But if you have a first grader, you don't want to overwhelm them. So they could just talk about one thing that they really enjoy about fall, or remember about fall, or maybe just something they're excited about this fall. And then you want 1 sentence to wrap up. And that's what I call the feeling sentence. And it really just sums up what you thought about your topic, in this case, fall. So it might look something like this. And so just a few things that I want to point out. We always have that topic sentence in our beginning. What are we going to read about? In our case, fall is one of my favorite seasons. Now, if that's what my topic is, then I obviously am going to talk about fall and what I love about it. So my fill, in this case, I have 3 sentences, which is pretty general. If you have a second grader, third grader, fourth grader, all paragraphs should be about 5 sentences. So your topic is 1. You have 3 support sentences in the middle. That's your fill. And then a wrap-up sentence at the end. So here we have every year we pick apples with friends. Also, the weather gets nice and cold. Plus, the leaves on so many trees change into beautiful colors. Here's the wrap-up. I am so happy it is fall. It can be that simple, but I'm telling you, it's so important to first engage your children, get them excited about the topic, and then slowly put it together into all of these parts. Now, how you break this down is really up to your child and just how long your child can sit still. There is nothing wrong, moms and dads, with one day just working on your topic sentence, and the next day, one of your fill sentences, and the next day another fill sentence. Sure, it's going to take you 5 days. You'll have 5 sentences, but by the end of the week, you're going to have a quality paragraph. And I am so much about quality over quantity. We want children to have a good writing experience. And if it is not something that they are enjoying doing, slow it down. In little bits and pieces, they will be successful. And if they love writing, they might want to do this all in one day. And then they might want to write it on the shape of a leaf. And then they might want to cut that out and paint a different picture with all fall colors and then glue that leaf to that artwork. So again, you can take this to any level you want. And I have so many ideas to help you. I'd love to know, what homeschool help do you need? I love writing, so it's what I go for. I'd love to give writing ideas. But are there any other things you need? Do you need some organization tips? Do you need some attitude booster ideas? You let me know what you need, and I'll be happy to create a quick little video to give you just that. So subscribe right here to my YouTube channel, or find me at www.writeonweb.com and sign up to be on my email list. I'd be more than happy to connect with you that way as well. Whatever you do, I hope you have a great fall. And don't forget, I want you to write on.